something special today. Our alphabet song with all our alphabet animals in. Monkeys and kangaroos and badgers, and watch out for the very last moo.
Woodpeckers tap, alligators snap, vultures lurch, parrots perch, and have you seen the horn on the unicorn? Down at the alphabet zoo. Worms wiggle, hyenas giggle, elephants walk, ladybirds talk about the X-ray fish you can see right through. Down at the alphabet zoo. Monkeys squeal, jackdaws steal, kangaroos bounce, iguanas pounce, turkeys gobble, jellyfish wobble. Down at the alphabet zoo. Dogs sleep, tortoise creep, newts slide, ostrich hide, and the camel comes in handy wherever it is sandy. Down at the alphabet zoo. Rabbits run, whales have fun, seals swim, goats grin, and yaks what flies from their ears and eyes. Down at the alphabet zoo. Frogs leap, birds cheep, otters dive, cats jive. Hey man, that's cool. Badgers prance, ducks dance. Down at the alphabet zoo. Gorillas grunt, hedgehogs hunt, zebras bray, possums play. Come and meet them all at the alphabet zoo. Come and meet them all. Come and meet them all. Come and meet them all at the alphabet zoo.
Moo. Today, it's the letter N. N can be for nightingale or nuthatch. They're birds.
Or natterjack toad.
You're getting very warm. The animal I've chosen to go with the letter N is newt. Newts are animals like frogs, and they can live both in and out of the water. The star of today's story is no different. Her name is Nellie. Nellie's story starts with a race of the animals, but pretty soon, as you'll see, it turns into a very special adventure. Here's the story of Nellie the Newt. It was the most important day of the year down at the river. It was the day of the grand swimming marathon, and everyone was very excited. The marathon was the biggest, longest, and best swimming race of the year, and they were all going in for it. There were fishes and frogs and toads and tadpoles, even an electric eel or two. But most excited of all was Nellie the Newt. Nellie really wanted to win the marathon race. "Come on, everybody," croaked Fergus Frog. Nellie rushed forward with all the rest. "Look out, that's my fin. Sorry." There were so many of them. The race was started by the wise old water rat, heaving himself onto the side of the old boot and carefully knotting his spotted red handkerchief round his tail to make a flag. He shouted, "Ready, get set, go!" and wagged his tail to start the race. And they were off. There was such a splishing and a splashing, and they all splashed away down the river. Nellie tried hard, pushing with her forelegs and swishing her tail and smooth brown body. She went as fast as she could. But she was only a very small newt, and she was soon left behind by all the strong swimmers. "Oh, perhaps I won't win after all," she said to herself as she paddled along on her own. "Never mind, I'm having a nice swim." Then, suddenly, she felt herself going up in the air and out of the water. She was in a net, high above the river. Nellie was very frightened. What had happened was that a small boy called Angus had been taken by his father on a fishing trip, and Angus's dad had caught Nellie in his fish net. "Look!" Angus shouted. "Look, Dad, you've caught a fish!" Nellie didn't like being called a fish. "Cheek," she thought. "Can't he see I'm not a stupid old fish? I'm Nellie the Newt." "Put it in a jam jar with some water quickly," said Angus's dad. "Then we can take it home." "Can I go fishing again tomorrow?" asked Angus. "On your own," said his dad. "Don't be so silly you can't swim. Who would help if you fell in? Tell you what, I'll bring you again on Saturday. Come on, let's go." And they took Nellie away in the jar of water. "Look, Mum," said Angus when he got home. "Look what Dad caught for me." "It's a newt," said his mum. "If you want to keep it, you'll have to change the water in that jam jar. So Angus went to the sink and emptied the jam jar so he could fill it with fresh water. But he emptied it too quickly, and Nelly the newt slipped out of the jam jar and straight down the plug hole. "Look out," said Angus's mum, but it was too late. Down went Nelly, down the pipe under the sink and into the drain. "Ooh, what an adventure," she giggled as she slid down the tube. "First a net, then a jar, now I'm exploring a pipe. Ooh, isn't the water warm in here? Look at all those bubbles." Nelly'd never seen soap suds before. "It's a bit dark though, and smelly, yuck. What's that?" It was an old sponge. "I wonder where my old friends are," she thought. "I wish they were here." The drain was very long. "This drain is very long," she sighed. Then, just when she was beginning to think she might possibly even be lost, she saw a light at the end of the drain. The light got brighter and brighter, and before she could say crackling cuttlefish, Nelly whooshed out into the sunlight and down to the bottom of the river where the drain came out. She struggled up past all the tins and bottles that had been there in the drain, up past all the bubbles and past the old sponge and up to the surface. Oh, she gasped for air. Then she heard a shout. "There's Nelly the newt! Hooray! The winner!" She saw all the animals on the riverbank. The drain came out just by the winning post of the marathon race. Nelly had crossed the line first, ahead of all the fishes and all the frogs, all the toads and all the tadpoles. She was so glad to see all her friends again. She tried to tell them how it had all happened, all about the net and the jar and the drain pipe, but they were cheering so loudly they didn't hear. Anyway, they probably wouldn't have believed her. "3 cheers for Nelly," they said. "Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!" Nelly the newt was the marathon champion after all.
I'm off, cried Nelly the newt, to swim in the marathon race. But a little boy went and he fished around, and Nelly she lost her place. I'm scared, cried Nelly the newt, she'd never been in a car. She slopped and she splashed all the way home, safe in the little boy's jar. What now, cried Nelly the newt, can things become much worse? Said the little boy's mum, you can keep that newt, but change the water first. Oh dear, cried Nelly the newt, as she disappeared down the sink. It's dark down here and I've lost my way, and not only that, it stinks. Oh good, cried Nelly the newt, there's light at the end of the drain. And into the sun with sploosh and a whoosh, she was back in the river again. I'm puffed, cried Nelly the newt, so she swam to the top for air. And she came out by the winning post, and all her friends were there. Hooray, hooray for Nelly the newt, her friends were cheering loud. Oh, Nelly the newt is the marathon champ, and Nelly was very proud. I'm proud, cried Nelly the newt, 'cause I am the marathon champ. But I'll never forget that dark old drain, so cold and smelly and damp. So if you ever feel a little bit sad and are stuck in a gloomy place, think a little Nelly went down the plug hole but went on to win the race. So if you ever feel a little bit sad and are stuck in a gloomy place, think of little Nelly who went down the plug hole but went on to win the race.
Next, it's time for Once Upon a Time.
Funny plug hole, isn't it?
Yes.
Makes me laugh.
Of course, newts are very good swimmers.
the alphabet zoo.